Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to another Capture the Flag tournament. We have two schools playing today. We have International School of Kraków playing on the left, and we have UHS, United Herzlia Schools, playing on the right, on the red team. We are going through the final checks before we can start the match, and it's look like we are ready to start. Almost ready to start. Almost all our players are here ready. We can see red team is ready. They're equipped with their uniforms. We also see blue team is equipped with their uniforms. And I'm just waiting for the final confirmation from the coaches to get the game started. Exciting match. This is part of the International League, where schools around the world compete for the title of being the best team out there. The teams haven't played each other before. This is the first time they're playing against another. Both teams competed in the tournament already. UHS team has had 2 victories and 1 loss, so they are looking pretty strong, whereas ISK has had only 1 game, and they lost the game to the International School of Belgrade yesterday. So we're waiting for final confirmation from both teams. And here we go. We have a sub coming in, and it looks like we are ready to start. Both teams have 5 players on each side, but I'm still waiting for the final okay from the coaches of the teams. We are all together on Discord, making sure that all students are here and we can start appropriately. Very exciting to see what strategy students prepared for the upcoming match, and just waiting for 1 sub for the blue team, and we'll be ready to roll. Student 19 should be joining us shortly, and we should be starting the match in a second. Both teams are ready. It's just 1 student from the blue team that is still falling behind a little bit in their login screen. Right, I think we're ready to start. All right, perfect. The game has started. We have 20 minutes on the clock to see which team will get the most points, which team will be victorious. In this team, we have an Enderman walking around with a grass block on the ground, so hopefully he will not be a nuisance in our game. Alright, students have final preparations before they spawn on their towers. The red team will spawn on this tower. 20 minutes has started. So let's see. We're gonna sneak peek into the red team to see what they're up to. A player decided not to leave their base and just stay inside the base. We can see some students are mining resources, destroying part of their base to craft materials, craft pickaxes. This is what UHS has done before. We can see trees are coming down as well. So essentially the red team is playing quite defensively, quite strategically. They definitely have a plan in place. The flag has been left unattended for a little while. Let's quickly move to the blue team and see what's coming up there. 2 players are setting up defense around the base. Again, none of the players have left the base. We can see a crafting table being set up next to the entrance and the chest next to the ladder. No actions has been taken so far. Both teams playing quite passively are setting up their base, making sure that their flag is well defended before moving to the offense. We can see a first outreach from the blue team, although this is still mining for resources. So no skirmishes have been happening so far. You can see a red team is going for mining. Apparently there is mine right under the tree, and this is have been contentious point for the teams that know what lies underneath. And apparently there's a mine with some diamonds and gold, so you have to protect your flag, but also make sure that your opponent will not get to the diamonds and iron too quickly. You can see first skirmishes, first exchanges of arrows are taking place in the middle of the map. No frags has been claimed so far. Both teams are playing quite defensively, making sure that their base is not left unattended. The score is 0-0. Quite a few exchanges have been taking place from both teams. Blue team has sent 1 player to represent their team, and then player 15 fell from a high place, so the UHS suffers 1 loss on the end. But this is the ISK suffers 1 loss on their end, but that does not mean anything because none of the teams decide to attack their opponents. The Pillagers outpost has been empty for a little while. It's there, but none of the teams have been attempting to capture the Pillagers outpost. So let's go back to the red team and see what these guys are up to. Interestingly enough, they built some kind of a reinforcement of the side of the flank of the base right here. Also some cobblestone and spider web has been placed behind the flag as well. So all the escape routes have been cut off, are eliminating an easy escape opportunity for their opponents. Similarly, the blue team has placed quite a lot of cobbleweb. This is the initial resources that they have when they are at the start of the game. No reinforcement have been placed on either side of the wall, and therefore quite an easy escape can be made through the back. The ladder leading up top has been put away, preventing an easy escape from the back. So it's been quiet, which could mean 2 things. It means that one of the teams could go mining, so we can anticipate some crafting or some of the things that are crafted sooner in the game. This is at least has been a strategy for UHS, where they played quite defensively. We can only see 3 players really, so that would mean that 2 players are missing somewhere. I would assume that actually 1 player from the red team, the UHS are trying to, the teams are trying to capture the Pillagers outpost. 1 player from the UHS team has been taken down by the ISK player. The Pillagers outpost still has quite a few hostile elements. We can see 2 on the top, and we can see 1 here. So there's still not a lot. So the Pillagers outpost is an interesting point, is a contentious point for both teams, but we haven't seen any of the team are investing too many resources. They've sent 1 player. That's definitely not enough. The Pillagers outpost is meant to be a team objective, so it takes more than 1 player to take it. So we can see quite an advance from the blue team. They won a little skirmish in the middle of the map, and now we can see 1 player advance into the Pillagers outpost. So the blue team, the ISK, is persistent in capturing the Pillagers outpost. So let's see how far Student 17 will be able to go. He takes down one of the Pillagers on the 3rd floor, and now they only have 2 elements on the top floor. The Pillager is going down, but then it's only Vindicator. So 1 Vindicator is left before the loot can be reclaimed. And I think the blue team understands that, so they will probably, the ISK will probably send a player or two to take it, and the red team got sight of that. They understand that the blue team is trying to take the pillage outpost. They understand, they've seen that the ISK player has been taken down by the Vindicator, so we'll try to see what's going to happen. All the floors have been cleared. It's just the last floor, the last standing Vindicator that is there. Student 4 is gonna engage in the fight too, and then the player has been taken by the Vindicator one more time. They deal tons of damage, and that could have been a breaking point in the game. But the blue team now understands that red team is taking the pillage outpost. So I'm happy to see how both teams are trying to capture the pillage outpost. They did not invest lots and lots of resources, just one player at a time. But the blue team, the player 14, I think should be able to take down the last Vindicator. The Vindicator is taken down and the loot is spawned, and we can see the golden sword, plenty of pearls, iron chest plate, arrows, and some potion. Quite luxurious loot for the blue team at the beginning of the game. They did not spend a lot of time, they did not spend lots of resources for that ISK did not spend lots of resources capturing the pillage outpost and have been heavily rewarded. We can see we can see a bridge that was built by one of the ISK players from one of the towers leading to the roof of the red team. So it looks like the blue team is gearing up for a major advance. First, they've captured the pillage outpost, and now they have the bridge coming from one of the towers leading to the easy entrance from one of the towers in the red base. All right, moving back, we can see the red team is still. We can see some action is happening right here in the middle of the map where apparently the mine is. So I anticipate to see some of the some crafting taking place on the right hand side. We can only see 2 players from the red team. The rest of the teams apparently are 1 player is right here. So 4 players of the red team are. They positioned the crafting table right here. The blue team, despite the fact that they captured the pillage outpost, they're still not making any advances. The first skirmish is taking place 2 versus 1. One of the red players is taking down, and then the red prevails in this little skirmish. Let's sneak peek into the blue team. We can see what's happening here. Oh, you can't ride the horse. You have to. Oh, interestingly enough, you have to destroy part of the base to get it out of the stable. So, not really sure where the blue player is, the one who captured the pillage outpost. But I think we are about to see some action taking place here. The horse has been released on the blue side. We can see 1 horse rider. And still, the red and both teams playing hyper defensively. No flags have been captured at all. The score is still 0-0. In terms of frags, we can see red team going 2 frags ahead of the blue team. The red team has to retreat. The UHS has to retreat from the battlefield. The blue team is leading the attack with 2 people sieging the front wall. The front door is taking lots of heats. One UHS player is taken down, other player is taken down. I just want to draw your attention to the swords carried by the blue team. Both of them have iron swords. Stone swords. We can see a rider. And still don't see the iron chest plate. Some of the players should be carrying the iron chest plate, but I still don't see where it is. They also have plenty of ender pearls here, and the iron chest plate is right there. The iron sword is also here, but I don't think the blue team is in the position to risk losing this stuff. So I think they decided to play without it for some reason. I'm not sure why. 10 minutes remaining. Student 19 is trying to smash the red team from the horse, and now the horse is taking down as well, and the red team has been able to fend off their attack led by the blue team. All right, and here we go. Finally, UHS have been able to craft some iron armor. We can see an armor chest plate together with the diamond sword, and the pillager's outpost will respawn in 1 minute. So that's a strategy that have been used by UHS a couple of times, where they sit tight for roughly 10 minutes, and then this is exactly the time that is needed to equip both players with the iron chest plate, and now it's just a matter of time for them to go and capture a couple of flags. Though we shouldn't forget that the blue team has captured a pillager's outpost, so they do have this little equipment that they were able to salvage from the pillager's outpost, and they're also trying to use this bridge that leads to the tower. The red team has to respond the call and send a squad to this wall, making sure that no invasion is happening. The blue player has been able to get quite easily on the roof, so essentially they are in the base, but they were spotted, and I think the pillager's outpost has respawned. The blue player takes down one of the red players. He's on low health. The reinforcement is here. Player 6 takes down player 15, and now the blue invasion has been fended off quite successfully. Our attack is led with 2 players carrying 2 diamond swords. This is incredible, a very powerful combination of players. The wall is going up really quickly, and now player 1 has been taken down by player 14. He now has the diamond sword, so it's a fight between 2 players, diamond sword versus diamond sword, and I think student 14 understands that he's gonna be taken down, and now he was carrying the entire loot. And now red team, the UHS, not only they have both sets of diamond swords, they also have a handful of ender pearls as well. The score is still 0-0, so the red team needs to take some time and needs to take some deliberate actions to put this equipment to use, because right now they haven't been able to score any points. But that was an interesting fight. We've seen one of the players from the ISK, they did take down one of the players with the diamond sword, but then because the ISK player was in low health, he was taken down quite easily by UHS. So UHS has 2 diamond swords. They have a handful of hand pearls. I think they have about 3 iron chest plates. So they are in really, really good shape for the late game of the match. The score is 0-0. We will probably go into the additional time unless none of the teams scores the points. The blue team is trying to put out fire that has been set by one of the players of the UHS team. It's not the huge fire, but it still can demolish a large portion of the base if it's not put out in time. The blue team, the red team is now gearing up for the attack. 2 players geared with diamond swords, and then 1 player is carrying an iron chest plate. Now, though, the blue team has nothing but they do have 1 diamond sword from the pillager's outpost, and the red team captures the flag. They throw the ender pearl far into the forest, and they're gonna be, interestingly enough, I think they fall down. Do they? Yeah, player 12. He threw the ender pearl, but then he just fell on the ground, and he hit the ground too much. Okay, interestingly enough, the red player he's taking quite a lot of damage. And the flag is captured. What a match! What a match! The blue team has rescued their flag. They have the ender pearls and they have the diamond sword. Good job for the blue team. They were able to pull together and reinforce and go back, answer the call. And now the score is still on 0-0, and I think the loot has been spread quite equally. We can see the blue team is taking the position. The player has a bow acquired, a crossbow acquired in their fight in the pillager's outpost, and I think they're gonna try and snipe some of the players in the red team. Student 15 is taking some hits. He's able to land 1 hit, but there are 3 players. Red team is once more on the pillager's outpost. 1 player has fallen already. 5 minutes remaining. Student 4 is trying to take down the Vindicator. It only takes maybe 1 hit, maybe 2 hits by the Vindicator. So those are really, really tough elements to kill. But one of the Vindicators have been taken down by the bow, so I only see one pillager up top. So it's a really intense fight for the pillager outpost. Both teams trying to capture it, trying to get those, and the pearls trying to get the advantage of another team. So it's really tough game. The loot has been lost a couple of times, but both teams are not losing hope, are not giving up. The red team spots the sniper, and I like how this player right here, the ISK player, is able to draw the attention of two players. So he's able to hold the attention of two players on them, and he is able to land some of the hits, but he's been under fire by two players, so he's taking lots of damage. I believe he's in low health, but he keeps them busy. That's a good thing. In the meantime, we can see blue team is trying to fend off the sneak attack, while the red team, we can see one of the players is going around. He's got spotted by 4 players. Now the flag is left unattended, and now that was a good decoy, but I think the red player is gonna be taken down. What's gonna happen, what is happening here, I think the red team were on a search for the loot because one of the players died with Ender Pearl, so they were trying to rescue or retrieve the loot that was preciously and laboriously earned, and then the losses. So the players are in the far forest behind, so the blue team needs to keep an eye on the back end or on the back entrance. So the red team is trying to figure out where is all the stuff that one of the players were carrying. It's somewhere here, and so players needs time to find where it is. There were quite a lot of stuff, but the player did die. So the red team is leading the attack from the back and from the front at the same time. So the blue team is pressured between the hard place and the hard stone. Between the hard place and the stone. So they're being attacked from either side. On the left hand side, we can see 2 players in the forest. One of the players is searching for the stuff, while the one player is PvPing. Well, it's uneven fight. The player is equipped with a diamond sword. They do understand that one player is still in the forest, though they don't want to leave the premises of their base. The red team is trying relentlessly to find the stuff that they lost when one player threw that Ender Pearl. All right, in the meantime, what is happening here? The red team decided to give up on the pillage outpost. The score is still 0-0, and interestingly enough, the game will probably go into the overtime. The red player has been taken down. Quite a lot of stuff has fallen down. None of this is too precious. Maybe a pickaxe and stuff. The red team is nevertheless trying to persevere in their attack. It's one-on-one between the diamond sword and the iron sword. Look at that. Look at how skillfully player 1 is able to get an opening and then land a couple of hits on the red team. On the blue team, though, did not. How the blue team decides to advance. We can see 4 players, 2 players leading the attack. They have iron sword and a diamond sword. The blue team, the red team will need to answer this call. One player is taking down. He was carrying the golden sword. The golden sword has been collected by the blue team. Now the diamond sword is here. The player is taking quite a lot of damage. The red team is taking down, is 2-on-2, is 1-on-1, and the blue team is here. The blue team has very little time. Quite a lot of stuff is lying around, but the blue team has around very little time to score the point, but they are going in. They have around 15 seconds. The first player had respawned already. Player 13 is carrying the flag. The flag has been rescued, and the blue player they need to capture the flag as soon as possible. The flag has not been captured. And now the entire team had respawned. That was quite an intense fight. The blue team was really close. Actually, they did capture the flag, but then they took them some time to get through the spider web. So that was really strategically placed. That did slow them down, and the blue team was not able to bring the flag back. And I'm just assuming because the fight took place in the red base, I think the red team is now in the possession of all the loot. So the timer is going down, and we will be enjoying another 5 extra minutes. So 5 minutes of additional time. The frags are 27-32. So the red team captures the flag. Somehow we missed that, but I think it was that player who was in the force. They were able to get into the base, capture that flag, but did not return it. So the red team now decides to advance. We can see an attack through the front door. This is where the team fight is going to take place. 2 players, 1 player from the blue team is taken down. 3 are left to stand the ground. Another player is taken down from the red team. Is now 2-1, is now 1-1, and player 17, look at that, the triple kill by player 17. He jumped under behind the red team and took down the slain 3 players. Now another advance by the blue team. Let's see, the wall has not been fixed by the red team, so this is a good opportunity for the blue team to rush the base, to get inside and capture the flag. The door is open. The red player is trying to stand the ground. 4 minutes remaining. The blue team captures the flag. Player 14 is now in the possession of the flag. They have the entire squad, and the flag will probably be... Where is the flag? Where is the flag? The player 14 is carrying the flag. Will they be contested? I don't think so. The player 14, I think this is going to be the time for the ISK. The ISK captures the point. What a good fight, ISK. Congratulations. That was wonderful. All right, the score is 1-0 for the International School of Kraków. Around 3 minutes remaining of the additional time, and the blue team needs to stay on the ground. They need to make sure that the red team does not capture the point, because this 1 point will land them victory in around 3 minutes. Red team, on the other hand, needs to act quickly. They only have around 10, well, not 10 minutes, around 2 minutes to respond. They have some loot ready, and the 3 minutes remaining, blue team needs to somehow defend their base. They need to make some reinforcements, making sure there's no one behind, there's no one up front. They need to secure this advantage to win the game. At the same time, red team has 2 minutes. That's enough time to lead a successful attack and get the flag. So they need to act quickly. I don't think they have a lot and lots of loot. We can see a golden apple. One of the players has been shot by player 12. Player red team, the UHS, is leading the attack. They're leading the attack. They understand they need to act quickly. They only have 3 minutes. Player 14 decides just to stay back. The flag is gonna be captured. The flag is captured and then returned right away. 2 players takes down the red, and the flag is left in place. Good job for the blue team. Good defense. They strategically left 1 player to remain just under the flag. Just sit there and make sure there's no sneaky plays are played out. Some of the spider web is taken down, making sure that movement is not, making sure that the free movement around the flag. The red team is trying to use the tower that they built before during their first advance. You can see sneak attack leading from behind from the red player. I'm not going to reveal that to the rest of the team. 2 minutes left on the clock. The Enderman is carrying around. But well, this student 14 is going to be a really challenge for the red team. He's just moving around. He's making sure that no player from the red team gets into the flag area. At the same time, we can see a red player taking, or they understand that they don't have a lot of time. They're trying to use bow, and the flag player 14 is taking lots and lots of damage, but this is uneven fight. 2 versus 1. The red team did try, but now they're stuck in the spider web. I like this. I like the spider web. Once you go through the window, you get stuck, and the blue team just played really, really well, defending their flag from the blue team, from the attempt from the back. There was an attempt made from the tower, and both attempts have been curtailed quite successfully. So bravo for the ISK. That was a wonderful play, good offense and good defense at the same time. Though the game is not finished, the flags are going to be captured, but then the player is immediately taken down by the blue team. It's quite impossible, really, to grab the flag because the blue team is just swarming around their flag. They understand that this is the final countdown for the ISK, and this is 0-1. Good job, ISK. This is their first victory, and congratulations, team. All right, fantastic game. Very fun to watch and very fun to commentate. We're going to stop now. Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this game. I think it was a wonderful, really, really wonderful game. I quite enjoyed commentating this game, and hopefully we'll see more games like that in the future. We're gonna end the stream now. It was a wonderful game, and I'm looking forward to welcoming you to other streams going forward. Thank you, and let's take a walk.